Alright, that was quicker than normal. Apparently setting it to low latency instead of normal latency is what did it. So, greetings everyone, I am Dr. J, and oh boy. Apparently, yesterday the stream fell down and went boom. And honestly, I didn't think too much of it at the time, because I figured, okay, at least I'll have the local recording working in my favor, so at least I can draw from that. Unfortunately, as I found out, apparently that is not the case, because I don't know why, but for some reason well, I guess because it was just trying to OBS was trying so desperately to catch back up, I started getting encoding overload. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but apparently by doing that, well, halfway through the the rematch of the Eagle and Lion, it turned into a slideshow. The audio was fine, up until the entire video just petered off and died, but yeah, it fell down and went boom. So, instead of worrying about that, we're going to focus on other things. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to go through a bunch of support conversations. We'll go through the cutscenes and events that you missed, and then we'll jump right back in, maybe to Fort Merceus, although I might want to try something else while I've got your attention. But for now, we've got stuff to see to. So where's Hilda? Alright, making sure it's verdant wind, and we are good.
There they go, starting another fight. I'm just gonna march over and...
Alright.
Wait, no. I have to restrain myself.
Where's the fun in that?
I can't do it! Hey, you! Stop right there!
Poor
Typical.
Caspar. He can't stop himself. He does look quite heroic, though, and seems to be having a good time.
Ha! That takes care of that. Oh. Oh, no. Were you watching just now?
No.
Oh, me? Watching what?
The fight that just happened? The fight that I definitely didn't start. I've been trying to restrain myself, like you said, and I've been so good about it, too. But they pulled me in. I tried to keep back, but... Okay, you got me. I can't restrain myself. I just don't have it in me. But the bad guys were dealt with, so it turned out fine, right?
What bad guys were in the middle of
Yes,
the monastery?
Completely fine. If that's what you want to do, who am I to complain?
Really? You're not gonna tell me how disappointed you are, and that I need to be better? I figured you'd be mad, but you're actually smiling.
No use in getting mad. In fact, I found the whole spectacle very entertaining. You seem to be enjoying yourself.
I was. I mean, sometimes I just can't help myself and I gotta get out there. Wait a minute. So you were watching? Why didn't you try and stop me?
Me? Stop you? As if I would never voluntarily go to so much trouble.
We noticed.
Besides, you were fighting with so much passion, I couldn't help but feel smitten.
Smitten? Wow. You must really love a good fight. I gotta admit, that one was pretty good. I guess I love fighting too.
Yay. Not a conversation I expected, honestly, but an amusing one nonetheless.
You know, Hilda, I really appreciate how open-minded you are.
Oh? How do you mean?
People usually try to hold me back when I get into a fight. Not you, though. I like that about you. What was it again? You like a good fight? Yeah, I remember it now.
I'm not sure where you got that from. I try to avoid conflict of all kinds.
That can't be right. You complimented my fighting. Said you were smitten by it.
Well, if you really must know, I want to live freely, with nothing tying me down, so your uninhibited attitude does appeal to me. You don't let rules hold you back. You do things your way and no one else's.
That makes sense. I guess I am pretty impressive.
Eh.
You're really amazing too, you know that?
Oh, me? Amazing? Shucks. I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
I think most people like to force their ideas on everyone else. They'll tell someone off if they don't like how the other person is living. Try to make them change even if they don't want to.
What were you
You're
doing?
different, though. You let people live however they want. There aren't a lot of people like you in the world.
Oh, stop. You're going to make me blush. No one's ever paid me so many compliments.
Come on, really?
My big brother liked to tell me how lazy and careless I was. I've gotten scolds aplenty, but compliments, I'm not accustomed to.
That's surprising. But I don't think you should let it bother you so much. You shouldn't let anyone change you, or else you'll end up losing the qualities that make you so great.
I suppose you're right. Wow. Thanks, Caspar. We should live our own lives and stop worrying about others' opinions.
Yay. Alright, so I think that's everything from Hilda. I can't remember if we saw this one from Cyril. Pretty sure we did. Well, I don't have it written down, so apparently either I forgot or it didn't happen. So, let's see. What was Lawrence? Okay, so Lysithea.
Lysithea, it's no good for you to expose yourself to such strong sunlight. And a chill could steal upon you at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle. You have been running yourself absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Nope.
Enough is enough. I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
I'm only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine today, and I'm perfectly capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else. I just want to do my own thing. Bring order to the Alliance, and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical. If you are healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you ought to live just as long as anyone else.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
If you want a healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I sent for the finest in wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
That was pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lawrence. Thank you for being so thoughtful. Still, I don't need bushels and bushels of them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean, I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible. And for as long as possible.
Truly? Oh, I'm so glad. I feel the same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become. So let us walk, side by side, toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Nope.
Why are you flustered? What is there to be embarrassed about? You
Everything.
know I will always care for you.
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You
No.
need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come. After all, the future of Fodlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
I won't give up on myself either. Thanks for caring, Lawrence.
Alright. Stop being sentimental. I've got another sentimental conversation to see to anyway.
It's only a scratch, Leonie. I'm all right.
One mistake like that in battle and you're done. This is your weapon hand, isn't it? Let me stop the blood.
Apologies for the trouble.
No trouble, and no apologies. Thanks is what you say when a friend helps you out. Darn.
What's wrong?
I need a
Everything.
bandage to stop the bleeding, but this is all I've got.
My handkerchief.
I was only carrying it around to give back to you anyway. Mind if I use it for this?
Very well. I suppose that's fitting in a way.
I guess so. Not that I'm happy you're bleeding. I'm glad you'll accept it, though. In the past, you might have refused it.
Yes, I might have made it an issue of commoners giving aid to the nobility or some such.
I didn't understand why you were so strict about it, but I think I kind of get it now. You know, if every noble were like you, the world would be a better place.
Perhaps, but you were right. Many great deeds are accomplished by friends working together, especially when those friends are as capable as you.
Me?
I hope this is not the first time I have told you this, Leone, but you are an exceptional individual. By insisting on matters of status in dealing with you, I have done you a terrible disservice. For that, please accept my apology. Let us promise to look out for one another as friends from now on.
No need for vows. That's how I've always seen it. You weren't wrong about nobles and commoners each having their own roles. But the important thing is we help each other.
That is precisely what being friends with you has helped me to understand. In fact, I've begun somewhat to think of you as rather something more.
Huh? Sorry, what did you say?
I said, I hope we'll always give each other support.
Dodge. Okay, so why is... Okay, it claims the stream is healthy, but why am I not seeing any output on the video? Ah, well, you know what? If I need to re-upload this, at least I know that I'm not getting any encoding issues. So, as long as I catch it before things get too insane, if that shows up, I guess we'll be fine. So, in the meantime, what do I need to see to Ignatz? Okay, here it is.
Hey.
Hey, what?
Oh, Lysithia. Something I can do for you?
Can you help me out with my shopping?
Yes, of course. You need me to carry stuff?
Actually, can you pick up some tea for me? I'd do it, but I'm drowning in work.
You're so busy you can't go shopping. Okay. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
I'm not too picky. I just like having it around, really. Whatever's cheapest works for me. Here's some money.
One question. Why me? You don't really need my help for this.
I just thought I could lean on you a bit. You know, rather than trying to do everything on my own.
Right, I see. Well, good. I'm glad you decided to approach me. But for this particular task, you might be better off doing it yourself.
Oh?
There are so many different kinds of tea, and I'm not very discerning. What if I get you one you don't like? When I do my own shopping, I pick a tea at random. Otherwise, I'd be paralyzed by all the choices. It's the same with food. Sometimes I stare and stare at the options and never decide.
You look like you were doing just fine when you went to get groceries the other day.
I really had to push myself to do that alone. I don't think I can do that again. Sorry.
Uh-huh. So, you've stopped trying to do things on your own, then?
Yeah. Still, though. For today, how about you have some of my tea? If that'll do.
Sounds nice, sure. Do you mind brewing mine while you're at it?
Okay. Though I can't do it as skillfully as Lawrence, I'm afraid. I'll get it ready right away. Feel free to start focusing on your work. What?
I mean, you seem plenty reliable to me.
I do. Really? How so?
You're fun, you're easy to be around, and you rarely complain when you help others.
Well, I'm just pouring you some tea. I'm not sure that qualifies as help.
It's not easy for me to rely on people, but with you, it's different.
Well, there aren't many things I can do, frankly. What I can do, I will do. So if you need anything, ask me, and I'll try to help.
You really are unreliable, as it turns out. Guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
Alright, so what other ones were there? Oh yeah, a bunch with Marianne. Let's see. Yeah, alright, start from the bottom up, I guess. That should do. Okay, I won't care about the border.
Professor Henneman, you wanted to speak with me?
Miss Marianne, hello. Do pardon the mess. Please have a seat.
Of course.
I have been puzzling over why your father would wish to conceal your crest. And I have arrived at a conclusion. Would you like to hear it?
No, I would rather not.
Ah, fair enough. Then I will keep it to myself. However, if my theory is correct, well, then it is only natural for you and your father to try keeping your crest a secret. That said, I feel I would be remiss if I didn't point out that I consider this decision a most grievous error.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Crests never manifest in someone unfit to bear them. Which means, Miss Marianne, you have the ability to make the most of your crest, because it is, by definition, your crest.
I have no desire to make use of my crest.
But it can be of service to you, and I would venture to suggest, to the world at large.
Ever since I was born, that crest has been nothing but a burden to me. My parents, too.
Ah, that's right. I have heard that you were adopted. Did one of your birth parents also have that crest?
Yes. It was my father.
Then that crest is evidence that you are your true father's daughter. Concealing it, hiding that truth from the world, is denying your true parentage, is it not? I'm not suggesting you flaunt your crest. That would be highly unnecessary, possibly even dangerous. I simply wish you to accept who you are.
Accept it?
Accept the crest and allow its power to come forward. Then it will open itself to you. Whatever the crest may be, whatever its origin or its nature, it can serve you. It is yours to command, however you wish.
Mine?
Nobody can decide how to use your crest, Miss Marianne. That choice is yours alone.
I will think about that.
Okay, let's see what else is there. Let's see.
Marianne! Come here! Quick!
Oh dear, this one.
What's wrong, Raphael?
Really wish you could have seen my raw
It's that
reaction to
bird you were
this.
talking to. I just found him! See? Right there on the lower branch. That's gotta be him. But he looks a little sad for some reason.
You're right. Do you mind if I handle this? Hello there, Mr. Bird. How do you do? Yes, I see. I see. So your food supply is...
Food? I got it.
I completely understand. I have seen more people and birds foraging for berries lately. It would be ideal if those berries were growing in another forest nearby. Then you wouldn't have to.
Are you hungry, Mr. Bird? I got just what you need.
Are those bugs? Yuck!
Look at him go. He's loving it. He's gonna get so big and strong after this.
That was... disgusting. But how did you know he was hungry?
I could tell by looking at him. He looked hungry and weak. More importantly, I saw what you did. That bird wasn't speaking human, so you gotta understand birdese. I knew it!
Oh, about that. I'm sorry, Raphael, but I need to tell you the truth. I can sort of understand what animals are thinking when I look at them, but I can't speak to them. I'm sorry for leading you on.
Oh, I see. What about me then? Can you tell what I'm thinking when you look at me?
No, Raphael. I can't.
Well, of course not. You're not even looking at me. You gotta look at my eyes.
Nope, still can't do it.
I guess I just gotta tell you. I'm thinking it would be nice if you talked to me the way you talk to animals.
What do you mean?
Whenever you talk to animals, you seem happy and friendly. I just wish you'd talk to me like that too.
I'm so sorry, Raphael. I didn't know.
What if I try this? Cheep cheep chiri choo doo.
It's not any less stupid the second time
I've
around.
never heard you laugh before. I should have talked to you in birdese sooner.
Why is this a...
Chirra, cheeply woo, teedledee.
Why is this a thing?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that one.
I said you gotta eat bugs to grow big and strong, just like Mr. Bird.
I think I'll have to pass.
Why is that a thing? Whose idea was this? You know what? I don't know. I don't care. Moving on!
Ah, Marianne. Praying to the goddess?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So persistent in your devotion. I quite admire that about you.
Oh, no. It's not like that.
No need for false modesty. I hardly know anyone with more piety.
I need to be going.
Wait a moment.
Oh, yes? Did you need something?
I have a suggestion. I have been meaning to tell you about it for a while. Have you ever considered projecting more confidence? Your every word is laden with pessimism and devoid of enthusiasm. To gain the trust of commoners, you must appear self-assured at all times.
I have no need to earn the trust of the common people as a noble. All I want is to live a quiet life and to not be a bother to anyone. I dare not hope for anything beyond that.
But you are the only daughter of the esteemed Margrave Edmund. Regardless of what you hope for, you must concede that you have inherited certain responsibilities by virtue of your birth.
If that's the case, then I don't care to be a responsible person. Farewell.
One would think she does not wish to be a noble.
Yeah, think. Anything else you want to tell us, Sherlock? Alright, what all remain? I don't think there's too many left. Oh yeah, that conversation. I should give some context before we dive into this one. The last time these two interacted... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to show you all of it.
This meat is so good. I wish I could send some home to my little sis.
Raphael, what are you doing here?
Oh, I was just enjoying some of this roast. Did you want a bite?
No. I meant, what are you doing here? This isn't the dining hall.
That's funny. Of course I know this isn't the dining hall.
You know that, and yet you're stuffing your face here rather than where it's appropriate. You're not even seated.
Is that the best way to eat? If you think so, let's sit down.
Eh.
You're missing the point. At least use a plate.
I don't have a plate with me, so there's nothing I can do about that now. But since when are you so proper, Ingrid?
Ouch.
I'm not proper at all. You're just downright crude. Have you no respect for yourself and your journey to knighthood? Knights must work from a very young age to be upstanding in all facets. You are making a mockery of all that we stand for. You!
Slow down. I can't do all this listening while I'm trying to eat.
Eh.
Disgusting. Now you've spilled gravy all over your shoes and your chin. You'd better wipe that up.
Now you need everything to be neat and tidy? You're really particular.
This has nothing to do with me. It's what's expected of a knight.
Wait. All I have to do is be neat and tidy, and I can become a knight? Forget all that studying then. I'm just gonna work on being the neatest and tidiest one here.
Wait, that is not what I said.
Oh, really? You're probably right. I shouldn't bother with the neat and tidy stuff.
You are impossible.
Ingrid, you should know better than to lecture your fellow students.
Huh? Is that Ingrid? I'd better get out of here before she scolds me again. Actually, she looks kind of sad. Maybe I shouldn't run away. Hey! Ingrid! Why do you look so sad? Are you hungry or something?
Loud noises.
Oh, it's you. No, I'm not hungry.
You're not hungry, but you're sad anyway? I don't get it. Are you sick?
No.
In the head?
Then are you sure you're not hungry?
I just told you that wasn't it. It's nothing you can help with anyway.
Well, sometimes you gotta talk it out. That's what my grandpa says.
Yeah, I guess that's helpful sometimes. Are you willing to listen then?
Of course! Please, go ahead.
I've just received yet another letter from my father regarding a marriage arrangement with a noble family.
I see.
I am the only person in House Galatea capable of carrying on our family line, of passing on a crest.
Ah, I see.
I've long understood that it would be expected of me to marry, of course.
I see.
Raphael, are you even listening?
I'm right there with you, but...
Did you hear that ominous sound? Was that thunder?
Sorry, all that listening made me hungry. After hearing you out, I think you're probably just hungry too. And your troubles are sure to go away after a good meal.
I really am not hungry, but I can't say no to good food. All right, let's just eat then. I can tell you about my struggles some other time, maybe.
That should not have worked. That should not have worked.
Eating? In the dining hall. You?
What do you mean? The dining hall's where I do most of my eating.
If only the old version of you could hear you say that. It seems to me you've taken more care with your appearance of late, too. For once, you aren't covered in gravy and oil from head to toe. I'm impressed.
Of course not, Ingrid. A proper knight has to be neat and tidy.
All right, what have you done with Raphael?
It's all thanks to you. You said I had to clean up if I wanted to be a knight, so I started being more careful. Do you think I have what it takes now?
You've certainly become more knightly than before. But there's plenty yet to do to become a proper knight. It's not as simple as eating where you're meant to and not being covered in gravy.
Maybe I'd have a better chance if I just married you.
What does that have to do with anything?
You're real cultured, that's all. You already taught me to be neat and tidy. I figured you could teach me a lot more about being a proper knight if I always had you around.
That would be quite the undertaking for me. Listen, Raphael, that's sweet of you. However, as I've said before, I've no intention to marry.
Are you sure about
Let's
that?
decide this talk of marriage, and instead embolden one another to be the best knights we can be.
You're right. Probably a better idea to just embolden each other instead. As long as I still get your help with becoming a proper knight.
While you're working to be more proper, I'll be working to strengthen myself, that I might become a greater knight than you.
Huh. I don't know about that. I'm pretty tough. But I guess if anyone could beat me, it'd probably be you, Ingrid. Guaranteed.
Thank you, Raphael. That means a lot to me.
Not the most in-depth conversation ever, but in the meantime... So, let me remind myself, okay, my notes say started battlefield, so this is where most of the interesting stuff happens. Let's just talk about the story leading up to and after the battle.
Gronder Field should be around here, right? But it's so foggy. Even if there were enemies here, we'd never know it. I recall the terrain from the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, but without the ability to see the enemy's formation.
Our enemies are subject to the same conditions. We'll just have to wait for the fog to clear up.
Speaking of enemies, what do you think became of those unidentified troops? Any follow-up reports?
We haven't heard anything since. If they were headed this way... Well, I'd like to avoid being caught by surprise, but we can't make use of our scouts because of this fog. It's hard to predict this fight. There's no way to know what will happen.
Let's try to stay calm.
Of course. The morale of our allies would be crushed if we let them see us shaking in our boots. Your guidance is going to be crucial, Teach, now more than ever. Do whatever it takes to lead us to victory.
That I attempted. As so, Fallout.
So, Edelgard retreated. I suppose she lives to be defeated another day.
It was close.
Too close. But I suppose all that matters is that we won. Some of our allies are injured but can still fight. We'll just have to accept this outcome and press onward. Still, the battlefield looks awful. And I wonder what became of the Kingdom Army. And Dimitri.
I saw him.
Who? Dimitri?
He was completely different from how I remember him. He looked like a crazed demon while he was fighting. He pursued Edelgard as she retreated, but he didn't get far before he collapsed.
Yeah, even after we took him down, all he had on his mind was just reaching Edelgard and killing her. I guess without Roderick and Byleth around to stop him, well...
I saw him surrounded by Imperial troops and pierced by their spears. I'll never forget it. He deserved a better end.
Dimitri. He went through so much to make it here, only for his efforts to be in vain.
I can't even begin to understand what Dimitri must have been feeling, but there must have been some other way. Why did he have to go like that?
And his vassal, Dedu. Did he fall as well?
I don't know.
Your Highness.
He didn't.
Your ambitions are my own now. I will bring you Edelgard's head. I swear it!
And now Dedu's losing it. Oh boy.
Professor, Claude, may I have a moment of your time?
Lysithea, what are you doing up this late? Trouble sleeping?
That's understandable.
Anyone would be shaken after such a brutal battle. If you're having trouble sleeping, you should drink some warm milk. That's a thing, right?
Must you treat me like a child, simply because I'm awake a bit later than usual?
Yes.
Actually, I can hardly muster any indignation right now. I wanted to tell you that I noticed something odd during that battle.
What was it?
There were some strange mages among the ranks of the Imperial Army. Did you notice them?
The ones wearing masks?
That's right. I have seen people dressed just like that before. It was a long time ago. House Ordelia was involved in a rebellion that took place within the Empire 13 years ago. After it was quelled, all of the key officials were caught and put to death. The Empire sent replacements, who they used to take control of House Ordelia. Among the people sent by the Empire were mages dressed in black, just like those we saw in battle.
If they're Imperial mages, it makes sense that they would wear the same clothing, right?
Yes, but the mages from back then and today, I do not believe they are from the Adrestian Empire.
Are they Alliance mages?
No. I got the impression that they were from somewhere else. Somewhere completely separate from Fodlan. There's more. Those mages imprisoned the children from my house and performed horrible rituals on them. Blood experiments.
Lysithea, you can't mean... even you?
Yes. All of the others were deemed failures. They all died. And even I... It doesn't matter. The point is that those monsters possess dreadful knowledge and power. I just thought you should know the sort of people who have allied with the Empire.
Blood experiments. Does that remind you of anything, Teach?
That incident with Flame.
Exactly. There was that secret group who abducted Flame and extracted her blood 5 years ago. The people involved back then were Tomas and Monica. Well, I suppose their true names were Solon and Kranya. So, that eerie group has been slithering behind the scenes in the Empire for a while now. Lysithea, thank you for sharing all of that with us. One day we will uncover the truth of who those people really are.
A little hint of what's to come. Oh boy.
We've managed to invade Empire territory and emerge victorious in our first battle. I hope to maintain our momentum and push onward to Enbar, the Imperial capital. Unfortunately, we are not legendary heroes in a fairy tale. Our stamina has limits. The longer we fight, the harder the fight will become. It will take immense effort to secure the supplies and soldiers we need to prevail.
Boy, you better not be saying this is as far as we go.
Of course not. However, the road ahead leads deep into enemy territory. It'll be a difficult journey, strewn with hardship.
I like how Claude's giving up trying to say, stop calling me boy.
If anyone wants to leave, now is the time to do it.
I shall accompany you to the very end. After all, someone must step up to take leadership should you fall.
I'm coming. The future of my village depends on this. Besides, I have to protect the professor. For Captain Gerald.
I'm not going anywhere. Because of the Empire, my little sis can't live in peace.
We can't leave the future of Fodlan to others. I'm sure that everyone here feels the same.
The Knights of Seros will keep fighting the Empire. We won't rest until we rescue Lady Rhea.
I feel the same as the Knights. I've got to rescue Lady Rhea no matter what.
So, what? We're all supposed to take turns saying we'll do our best until the very end? And what about you? What will you do?
I'll fight too.
Fine. Fine. I suppose I'll tag along too, until the bitter end.
It's an honor to keep fighting alongside such stalwart allies. Right, Teach?
I'd expect nothing less from my students.
Hey now, when you put it that way, it almost sounds like you're just praising yourself.
You're welcome.
All right. Now that I know where each of you stands, I'm going to return to Alliance territory for a while. I intend to report this victory to the Alliance Lords and draw out even more support from them. Our next battle will be even more challenging, so brace yourselves for that.
I should write to my brother. He'll want to hear about our victory.
Your brother, Lord Holst? How is he these days?
Oh, he's doing great. I even got a letter from him before the last battle. He wanted to come and join our fight too.
What's this? Lord Holst come here? That would be a most reassuring development.
Sadly, it sounds like my father was against the idea. They want him to stay in case they need to fight the Almirans.
Their logic is sound, though it is vexing that the Alliance's greatest general cannot join us on the front lines.
We should be glad that Holst is staying behind. Almira aside, there's also no guarantee that the Imperial forces won't try to launch a surprise attack from the Old Kingdom territory.
If you have something you need to talk to my brother about, I'd be happy to send a letter.
No, that's okay. I'm just glad to hear he's doing well. Please send him my regards.
Alright, then one more before we probably see a bunch more support conversations.
Our objective is Enbar, the Imperial capital. But our greatest obstacle lies before that.
And what's that?
Fort Merceus. If we can't pass through, we won't be able to reach Enbar.
Fort Merceus, the impregnable fortress, or so it's called.
If I recall correctly, it's sometimes referred to as the Stubborn Old General.
It is a massive fortress that was constructed to protect the Imperial capital.
The Imperial army we defeated has withdrawn to Enbar. Fort Merceus should be short on soldiers for now.
We should be careful.
It would be best to take it before enemy reinforcements arrive. Still, there's a reason it's been called impregnable. The only real question is what our fearless leader intends to do.
Sorry for the delay, everyone. Those mewling lords kept me from leaving for quite some time.
So, were you able to secure additional reinforcements?
It's gonna have to wait until next month. It doesn't look like they can afford to keep supporting us at present.
Then what should we do about Fort Merceus? Do you plan on waiting around?
No. If we wait until next month, the enemy will have bolstered their defenses. That said, the prevailing theory is that you need triple your enemy's forces to take a fortress with a frontal assault.
Right. That's what we were taught at the academy. And this is Fort Merceus we're talking about.
I need to see
it's
if that's
renowned
actually
for its strong
legit.
defenses.
Our current army isn't nearly strong enough. What to do?
Whatever you do, just don't ask us to scale those huge walls. We'd end up dead when they hurl rocks down at us.
Yeah, no thanks. If only someone would open up the gates for us from the inside.
Unfortunately, we don't have any spies in there. Wait a minute. I've got it. We sneak in, stir up confusion, and open the gates ourselves to let our allies in.
Right, that's what I was saying all along.
Right, nice one, Hilda. But how do you propose we go about sneaking in?
Disguises? If we dress up like Imperial soldiers, maybe they'll think we're allies and let us in.
Do you really think they'd just open the gates for us? I'd be pretty dumbfounded if that worked.
No, she's onto something. It's a good idea, Hilda. We just need to refine it a bit, and we'll be in there before we know it.
Really? Go me!
What is your definition of refining the idea? I know your go-to strategy is nausea-inducing poison, but...
Oh, I maybe ate too much. My stomach hurts.
Really?
Raphael, why are you eating meat during a war council?
So, fearless leader, I'm guessing you're going to keep the crucial parts of your scheme under wraps until the time comes, aren't you?
You know me so well, Judith. Whether we like it or not, this war puts a damper on all of our spirits. What's wrong with trying to have a little fun every now and again? Just leave the details to me.
No pressure. I'm surprised I'm not seeing... I thought there was another thing after this. I'm pretty sure this is just, hey, Death Knight, I exist. Pretty sure.
I delivered our letter to Fort Merceus.
Ah, there it is.
I don't think they suspected anything.
I knew I was right to entrust that task to you. You've got that honest kind of face that makes it easy to fool people.
Is that meant to be a compliment?
What did you write in the letter?
I informed them that reinforcements were on the way. It would have been suspicious for troops to show up unannounced.
So, the plan is...
We'll disguise ourselves as reinforcements from the Imperial capital and sneak into Fort Merceus.
Oh, you used my disguise plan after all.
We've also procured Imperial Army uniforms.
Much to Shamir's dismay.
Good work. I knew this was the only way.
However, that alone wouldn't be enough.
You did say the plan needed a little more refinement. Are you going to dress up like Edelgard, Claude?
That would be hilarious.
I'm not sure that would accomplish much.
No joke. I want someone to draw that. If that hasn't been drawn already, I need that.
In the letter, I included the name of the Imperial General leading the reinforcements. While we're heading to the fort, a separate army is going to attack us.
We're going to be attacked?
That's all just for show, though. It'll be our allies who are attacking us.
Oh, I get it. We're going to make it look like the Alliance is attacking Imperial reinforcements.
Right. When the troops in the fortress panic and open up the gates, we're in.
I'd love nothing more than for this plan to work, but I've got some bad news for you. Apparently, the notorious Death Knight has been placed in charge of defending Fort Merceus.
The one who kidnapped Flame. The Death Knight. I did not wish to ever think of him again.
He got some acclaim in the battle to subjugate Western Fargus. They say he holds the most military prowess in the Empire.
Even so, we've got Teach here to command us. All will be well. You have to trust us.
So your big plan is to just trust your professor? Really, boy?
Under the professor's guidance, I'm sure we'll manage somehow. We're counting on the tactics you learned from Captain Gerald.
Prepare yourselves, everyone. It's time.
No pressure.
Teach, this is for your ears only, but there's actually one more part to my plan. I had hoped it wouldn't come to this, but I have no choice.
No choice?
Absolutely. We can't afford to hold anything back. Thanks to Edelgard's strength, the Imperial Army is more unified than I would have expected. It was a painful realization, but after our battle at Gronder Field, it's clear that we can't win if we don't pull out all the stops. I also realized something else during that battle. There really is something special about you, Teach. The reason we were all able to keep our cool in the midst of the chaos was because we all trust in you, in your command and in your strength. Everyone here believes that we will win as long as we have you on our side. Our faith in you is borderline religious. You and I, we have what it takes to free Fodlan from the Empire's rule. I know in my heart that we'll make it through to witness the world after all the fighting has ceased.
That man approaches.
Who are you talking about? You don't mean that professor, do you? It doesn't matter. No one could take this fortress.
Sounds like a bother. I'll be taking a nap about now.
Will Death's scythe claim you? Or will I fall to that sword of yours?
So that's what it's like if you don't recruit Linhardt and Caspar. I can't remember if I saw that in my Blue Alliance run, but given how long ago that was, I guess I wouldn't even know. So, let's not go into my maddening route, because holy crap, that route is evil! Just, holy crap! Can I just say this right now? Holy crap, if we get done within, I don't know, maybe an hour, I will show you the maddening route. I'm on the first battle, and they said, hey, you know what we're going to do in order to make things difficult? I mean, we could give our opponent, we could give the AI combat arts, we could make it more intelligent, we could throw more units at you, and they do throw more units at you, but they also decided, hey, you know what else we're going to do? Increase the level disparity. Level 1 units versus level 7 units. Yeah. It nasty. It absolutely, how the hell did I get that much gold? It's nasty! It's evil! How do people do it? Meanwhile...
Hello, Flane. Isn't it about time you told me the truth?
About what exactly?
Who you really are. Villains are after you for your blood. There's no doubt that you're someone special. And that's why Sedith is always worrying about you so much, right?
Well, yes. I see no reason to hide that fact.
But just what makes that blood of yours so special? More than anything, I've been wanting to find out Teach's true identity. But yours is bothering me almost as much. Somehow, I can't seem to stop thinking about you. It's almost like a crush. I have a crush on your secrets, sweet Flame.
Such flattery.
I've tried asking Sedith, but there's no sign of him budging on the issue. At this point, I guess I just need better bargaining skills. Or how about this? If you tell me the truth, I'll do anything you say.
That is not something I am willing to share, unfortunately. However, since you are so passionate on the matter, I will promise you something.
What's that?
If you somehow manage to uncover the truth of my identity, I will acknowledge it as truth.
That's real nice of you and all, but I think if I could come up with the truth, I'd be able to tell from your reaction anyway. You're not great at hiding your emotions, after all.
If you do somehow figure it out, then I would ask something of you, Claude. I would ask that you reveal your own true identity.
Now that's a request I wasn't expecting.
It has been clear to me for quite some time now that you are no ordinary noble. I have been pondering, well, you, quite a lot lately. The curiosity is enough to drive me mad.
I see. Well, that's an interesting turn of events. Looks like we both have a little crush on our hands, huh? I hope the day comes when we can talk freely about both of our identities.
That is not the way I expected that conversation to go. I'm curious now.
It was so sunny this morning, but now it's absolutely pouring.
Did you hear the thunder just now? Good thing we got all the clothes indoors before the skies opened up. I apologize for troubling you with this task.
Don't worry about it. I was just passing by and thought I could help. I know how frustrating it is to have your newly dried clothes soaked by rain.
Oh.
What's wrong? We managed to keep all of the clothes dry, didn't we?
It's just odd. Every time it's my turn to wash the clothing, there's a sudden downpour. Surely it must just be an inconvenient coincidence. but I can't help feeling as though I'm somehow to blame for it.
Ah, I see. That probably is your fault.
Wow, you're even harsher than I am.
That's not her
You have a
point.
crust of Karen, don't you?
I do, yes, but... Hold on a moment. How did you know that?
I can just tell. I have a crust of Karen too. And I've noticed that, whenever I need dry weather, there's rain. Don't you
Really?
think it's our crusts making the rain fall upon us?
How had I never connected this? This is quite a revelation. A crest affecting the weather.
How?
Well, I don't know how true it is. There are only the two of us, which is a pretty small sample of people.
I suppose that's true. So, we must test our hypothesis. Maybe we can find someone who tends to bring the sunshine around. That would be especially handy for helping out with the wash.
Now there's an idea.
Not the direction I expected a conversation between you two to go, but you know what? I am amused and intrigued, so I will not raise complaint. Seen this one already? Haven't seen this. Haven't seen either of these, I don't think. Let's start with Annette.
There's nothing like a morning stroll to take in the fresh air. In the thicket there, is that a human foot?
It's Linhardt.
It moved! Someone help!
Sorry, Annette. I was really out.
Hey! You shouldn't surprise people like that. I thought you were an undead corpse. Why are you sleeping out here anyway? We're in the middle of a war. Doesn't that seem dangerous?
Middle of a war or no, you'll not defeat the Master of Dreams. He's a fiercely strong enemy.
Stop joking around. What are you even talking about?
No joking, I assure you. He is quite unstoppable. Or perhaps you know his weakness?
You really never change, do you?
Nope.
You sleep just as much as ever. Do you even remember what I told you?
You told me something? When?
Of course you don't. I told you that putting in effort...
Is how you grow. Is that the one?
So, you do remember?
Should I not have remembered?
No! It's just... You should put your talents to use elsewhere, that's all.
The truth is, I place effort in what brings me joy. I'm happiest that way.
No, that's not... Okay, let me put it this way instead. Working hard for other people helps you grow as a person. Do you not get the urge to work hard for other people? Like when you helped me before?
Not as such. Why would I go through that effort? For what gain?
For the gain I mentioned. That it helps you grow as a person.
Oh, I see. Well, then continue working hard for my sake. For example, waking me up today.
Really?
And I suppose I will try to do a little bit more for you, too. I find working for others to be annoying, yet I wish to make an exception for you. I hope that's all right.
Just for me?
Indeed. You're the only person I'd bother helping. I could wear myself out helping you. Forever, maybe. What about it? I'll be there for you, and you can be there for me.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I'm not convinced by this.
If we're doing our best for each other and all, then that's just a bit like... Just kind of like a marriage.
Huh. You know, I feel as if you might be able to wake me up every morning. No small feat, that.
As though I would marry a man who can't even get up in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not convinced by this one. I'm not convinced by this one.
Reading anything interesting?
Oh, good day, Linhardt. At the moment, I'm simply browsing history books. Reading these, it's easy to imagine what it would feel like to exist long ago.
Fodlan's history spans thousands of years. We're lucky to have so many detailed records of our past. I have knowledge of how people lived, who they loved, what wars they fought, and why. But I'd never describe it as feeling like I was living in the past.
And why not? It's only a figure of speech.
About our shared crests.
Goodness, this again?
This again.
There's an experiment I wish to attempt, although it might prove to be a bit troublesome.
A troublesome experiment? You know I do not like pain.
Pain? No, there won't... Well, I'm unsure of the results, but that's why they call it an experiment. It would, of course, require that you and I get married.
What?
I beg your pardon?
Yes. If bearers of major and minor Cethline crests reproduce, what crest would the offspring possess, if any? I must know, and thought the question might pique your interest as well.
Are you actually speaking about a hypothetical future with me? Involving... children?
Yes. Such parentage has never been documented. A whole new field of research awaits. It would be a worthy experiment, and we'd need only 5 or so children for a good sample size.
That's not how sample sizes work. Also, what the hell are you talking about?
Do you mind going back to what you mentioned earlier?
Pardon? Which part?
The part about marrying and having children. I've always believed, rather firmly, that marriage is something between two people who love one another.
I like you well enough to advance a field of study to previously unknown heights. How do you feel?
This is the first I've heard of such a thing from you.
Do you imagine I've spent all this time talking to you because I was bored?
Yes.
Anyway, I'm pretty worn out now, so let's continue this conversation another time, yes?
Does conversing with me tire you out so much?
Talking to anybody tires me out. Thinking, putting thoughts into words, opening my mouth, all tiring. Do give some thought to my proposal. Think of how far we could advance crest research, you and I.
Experimental marriage and children? He likes me? I don't understand. I don't understand at all.
Yeah, I don't understand either. Linhardt, you've got problems. You had better interactions with your classmates. With the other Black Eagles. Uh-oh.
Oh, Sedith, good day.
Is it?
Uh-oh.
Did I do something wrong?
Everything.
Not to my knowledge. But I cannot help but notice that you no longer shy away when I speak to you.
You noticed that, huh? When you stare at me, I feel like you're peering into my soul.
And that no longer bothers you? Does that mean your conscience is finally clear?
Nah, I got used to it. I know you're not scary.
That's unfortunate. You really should do something to correct your lazy behavior.
Maybe that's true. I wouldn't want to be like the fox, forced to wander in the snow all winter.
I'm pleased to see you grasped the moral of the story.
Don't you think the squirrel was a little cold-hearted, though? He seems not to care about what happens to his friend, as long as he himself is happy.
You know, that is a valid point. I have no wish to encourage that attitude in children. Perhaps if the fox only survives thanks to the squirrel kindly sharing some of his acorns. How does that sound to you?
I like it okay. I'm sure the kids will admire that nice, compassionate squirrel.
Thank you for your insight. As it happens, I have some other stories that I wrote for Flame. Would you like to hear them?
Where are you going with this?
Make a book out of them. It's a shame that only Flane and I get to enjoy them.
What a fine idea! I will begin immediately. Though I feel such a book requires illustrations, and I have no artistic talent. Would you lend me a hand?
I think Ignatz might be a better choice, but I can probably manage. Not like they need to be terribly fancy.
I could use some more of your wisdom with regard to the content of the stories also.
Wisdom, Hilda?
Sounds like a pain, but I'm invested in this now. Let's do it!
Excellent! That's wonderful to hear. Let us produce the very best book we can, for the children's sake.
I don't know what to think about this part of Sedith's personality.
I'm so excited. I can't help but lend a hand.
It's that same almost childlike glee of helping, quote-unquote, Flane. I don't know what it is, but it's hilarious.
Hey, Hilda, can I ask you something?
Hey, Caspar. Sure, go ahead.
Well, you know that thing you do where you flirt with guys and get them to do stuff for you? Why don't you ever do that with me?
Oh, you want me to take advantage of you, eh? I'm happy to oblige. You're surprisingly sharp.
You know, I just... Wait, surprisingly? What's that supposed to mean?
I didn't think there was much point in taking advantage of you. You're not one to do favors. So I just never bothered. It seems like less trouble to do things myself.
You really think I'm so heartless that I wouldn't be willing to help you out? I'd be happy to help, depending on what it is you need.
That's
Exhibit
not
A.
my style, though. I don't ask people to do favors for me. I prefer for them to notice what I want and offer to do it themselves. You're not attentive enough to notice. But you do notice that I'm working my charms on others. How bizarre.
I guess that makes sense. Sorry I've been so oblivious to your needs. But why can't you just ask?
That's way too simple.
Well, when I ask someone for help, it's awkward for them to say no. So they go along with it even if they don't want to. But when they offer to help, everyone feels better about themselves.
That is simultaneously very manipulative and yet kind of... Huh. That's actually a decent reason. I don't know what to think of you anymore.
Sure, but if your plan is to guilt someone into offering their help, isn't that the same? Or worse?
Huh. Caspar, the source of
Dear
reason?
Caspar, guilt isn't why they offer. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want to feel like I'm constraining you. I like your carefree lifestyle.
I'm not sure I follow, but I like the way you live too. Not being tied down by anything or anyone sounds like a pretty easy life. I get that. If there's anything you really need help with, though, don't be afraid to ask me. Sometimes you can't afford to wait around for someone else to notice.
That's sweet, Caspar. Thanks. Well, since you're offering, why don't you come to my room?
Uh-oh.
I thought of something you can do for me.
Uh-oh.
Your room? Are you redecorating? Or moving out?
You're really oblivious, huh? I don't know what to do with you, Caspar.
I don't follow.
I could use some help carrying luggage.
Is that it? That's no problem at all.
You are oblivious. You are oblivious. I mean, you're a guy, so that comes with the territory, but... You're oblivious. Well, no matter. Alright, an hour into it, and we're finally going after Fort Merceus. Only this time the plan makes more sense since it's coming from Claude instead of Byleth.
Thank you so much.
Shut up!
While awaiting reinforcements, the Alliance predicts the Empire will continue to fortify its defenses at Fort Merceus. Knowing this risk, Claude and a select few advance, hoping to gain entry to the fort through deception.
No pressure. Actually, that's probably going to play out the same way that it did the church route. Honestly, I don't know. The more I keep playing of the Golden Deer route, I keep feeling like I got gimped on the church route. I don't know. It's just... I don't know. With how different Edelgard's route was, it seemed like that would be the status quo, and yet the church route was similar in a lot of ways to Dimitri's story, just without Dimitri. It's an interesting character to follow along. And now this one, it's basically the same conniving. When are you gonna do something different? Alright, same circumstances before. So... Flyers will be too dangerous, so it's just gonna be... So Claude will be our only flyer this time around. Let's see. While I'm thinking about it, this will probably be the easiest way if I want to unlock all the S-rank supports with everyone. So, to that end, I need to build up support with a lot of the Knights of Seros. So, let's work on... I guess I'll work on Catherine first. Especially since, as you saw, I went through and wiped most of my old data. I may end up regretting that, given the circumstances, but eh. Alright, so. Let's actually be smart from a tactical standpoint. So what kind of insanity do we need for this one? Where's Claude? Why the hell is Claude all the way over there? Why is he over there? All by his lonesome. What the heck? Why? Well, at least I know all I need to do is give him something to work with. Trade up the steel, though. Alright, now. Given the circumstances, what do we have against? Let's see. Mostly martial weapons and beasties. So, to that end, magic makes the most sense. Let's throw Merceus in there just for a little bit of extra pain. I'm curious. Huh. Actually, Shamir's actually at a pretty decent level right now. Ignatz will probably technically do better, but actually, how is Ignatz as a sniper right now? Shamir's actually higher level? How'd that happen? Overrider was building up a bunch of supports with her, that's probably why. And I wasn't worrying about Ignatz as much either. Let's see, Hilda definitely bring along. Huh, the only thing she has left is to pester Sedith relentlessly. Or at least at this point it looks like Sedith's pestering her, but... Point being. And then, I guess for the sake of getting Byleth and Flame up to A level, that, bring Felix in, and given this, what kind of magic do we have? Okay, that is almost nothing but magic. I need frontliners. Raphael and Leone. Yep, that should do. Twill serve. Now I just need to figure out supports. Not much more I can do for Claude, outside of bringing Marianne into the fight, but doesn't look like that's going to happen unless I... Actually, I could have Marianne act as a support for someone. Does she have any other conversations left? Apart with Ferdinand. Yep, not with people who I'm deploying. I don't know, I might be able to swap Merceus for... Actually, yeah, let's swap Merceus out for Marianne. Actually, wait, am I okay with that? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's keep her as a bishop. Well, actually... No, we'll let her be a holy knight this time around. Because I need that mobility over the healing. Actually, knowing that... You know what? Let's bring Linhardt in, actually. We won't have Fortify on our side, but given how spread out we're going to be in this fight, I think this will work out for the best. Yes, I think this will be our best shot. And, more importantly, Linhardt has Warp, as does Lysithea. So, now that this is done, we can work on supports a little bit that way, and, to keep building stuff up, we're going to have to bring Ferdinand along. Alright, now I just need to arrange people. Felix toward the front. Yep, that looks like a fine arrangement. And I forgot to take care of making Leone a bow knight, didn't I? Oh wait, no I did, actually. Finally took care of it. Oh, I need to take care of weapons. Alright, blacksmith. Not much to worry about, actually.
Is that? Thanks a bunch. Is that? Thanks a bunch.
Not enough. Disappointing, but at least bolster that up. Alright, this'll have to do. Ready to die?
General, reinforcements have arrived from the capital. They clashed with Alliance forces in the outskirts of the city, but should enter the fortress soon.
You let them in? Make haste and slaughter them all!
Huh? Why?
They are enemies. Slaughter them all. I will not say it again.
We made it in. Professor, take control from the south. I have my own task to do from here. There are preparations to be made for our secret plan.
Oh, this is new. What's about to... Oh, bringing the Almirans in?
I see your skills haven't dulled yet, kiddo.
What did you expect? Everyone, listen up! From now on, the Almiran forces will be fighting by our side. We'll work as one, and we will bring down that fort together!
Huh. That's why he's off all by his lonesome. We're gonna have support.
An impregnable fortress is a wide-open prairie once you get inside. From here, we'll attack from the north and south at once.
No different than a prairie, you say? You've got a strange head on your shoulders, kiddo.
For Nadir the Undefeated, this should be as easy as a walk in a meadow, right?
Well, goddess or death god or whoever they may be, let's crush them to dust.
Alrighty, as before, reinforcements will appear. Okay, so this will make it easier to assault them. Still. I forgot to turn combat animations off. That should be fine.
My orders? I'll do my best.
Alright. Put you in range of probably a few too many people, but you can easily cut that off. Alright.
Shall we?
I'll cut through.
Oh, wow. I forgot to repair that lance. Hopefully I won't regret making you a bone knight.
What's my strategy?
Let's clean up.
I'm your girl. Let's make this quick.
Alright. This should be a decent place for this army to go. Then for the sake of supporting this one, we'll have a net back him up. Yeah, I should probably turn combat animations back on. Luckily, Raphael is being very resilient. Can't say the same about Linhardt, though. The Italian use... Jeez, that hurt.
Too easy.
Alright, as before, plenty to worry about. Whoa, the dare knows what he's doing. I like it. Assuming one of those wyverns will go after that guy. Did quite well for himself, too. Still effective with the lance, I see. Good. Don't need to worry about healing yet, so let's give him something to worry about.
I won't.
Okay, fine, I'll turn combat animations back on.
Sorry it's gotta be like this.
Love that little kick he throws in. But wait a minute, because you're a Bonite, you can hit that guy. Do it.
I will destroy you!
How about a curtsy?
Well done.
You're amazing.
I fought and won.
I want you nearby to pick that up. Oh, I need to change those back too. Get him!
You should have seen that coming.
You are so broken. Let's make you even more broken. Start softening them up while we're at it. Actually, if Shamir can get in range for some fun. Why not? It's not like I can't afford to use all the magic. Probably should have led with Thoron.
I hate this feeling.
Keep stepping up.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Man, these Elmiran soldiers are getting their butt kicked. We better get Marianne over there quickly. Ooh, that's not good. Luckily, him being there would mean the demonic beast can't do much.
That's a big help.
Rude, sir. Nice try. You, I know, will be fine. Well, at least their wyverns seem mobile enough to take advantage of the situation. Oh, nice.
Helpful.
Oh shoot, there's something over there. Forgot about that. Lysithia, take this and use it. You can move pretty quickly. Actually, what you should do is warp some. Actually, wait, you can warp Byleth over there.
Appreciate it.
At which point he can do it. I want to use warp for something else, though. Ooh.
Going for the kill.
That is an insanely powerful shot.
Strength is.
Jeez. Well, then while you're heading out there, you may as well take a couple pot shots at this guy. Actually, wait, no. We need Marianne to actually be a healer. See if we can take him out.
I'll cut you down.
That was easy.
It was meant to be.
Yay, being overleveled. Alright, draw their attention. Meanwhile... Hi, random soldier. Why is it so hard to use your lance? Or this.
The time is ripe.
Report! The Death Knight is moving. It looks like they're abandoning the fortress and making an escape.
We need to put an end to this here and now. Come on, let's circle around and cut off his retreat.
Already? How are we already at this state? What triggered it? There's no way I'll be able to catch him. Although given that he escapes anyway, it might not matter. You know what, I'm just gonna let this play out and see if it matters.
Had I...
Oh dear. Alright. Well, we can't do much until that thing's down. So... yeah, honestly, I don't think we'll be able to catch him. Well, it said the goal is to defeat the enemy commander. I don't know if it matters if we... there might be other ways to do this. Well, that's a weird camera angle.
People are waiting on me.
Wonder why that happened. Alright, that should get some of their attention. See if we can keep the old man alive, if nothing else.
Another victory.
I am so impressed.
Today I was lucky.
Ooh, Excalibur.
One to remember.
Feels good to fight for a cause.
idea?
Actually, Annette can probably do more by just taking a shot at him. Then Lysithea, continue to move forward. Maybe if you're good enough, maybe take him out. Not quite. Just focus on this time. I was hoping for a crit, but I guess not. Nice try. I should really give you a silver axe if you don't have one. It's not like I can't afford it either. Maybe I should have healed the Almyran soldier. Maybe I should give you a silver axe. That's it? Really? That's a surprise. Alright, here come their assassins. And they aren't holding back. Shoot. Nice.
Sorry it's gotta be like this.
That doesn't put you in range of a bunch of people? It doesn't.
You got yourself killed.
Is it safe to do this? Guess we'll find out. Yeah, they'll be fine. Hopefully. If not, I guess we'll find out real quick. Nice.
It won't be in vain.
That was lucky on my crest. That was very lucky, actually.
You haven't earned my pity.
Good work. Ooh, S rank.
I still need to improve.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Going for the kill. Thinning their numbers.
Nice. Just to be on the safe side. Actually, this might be why I haven't given you a silver axe.
Used to this.
I keep thinking, oh yeah, you've got your divine weapon, you've got your hero's relic. Why do I need to do this? Let's see what this does for us. Should keep you out of range of the scaries. Well, out of range of what matters anyway.
You fought well.
I'm glad that's the only one that can hit you, or at least the only one that seems to care to. Cool. Ow. Nice. Wait, where's the Death Knight? I haven't heard him move. I remember him moving anyway. Where is he? Oh. Well, he's gonna make it unless I have Claude just make a mad dash for it.
In this situation...
Take that, suckers. Now I just need you to punch this guy out.
Can't afford to lose.
Get Claude healed up and then fall back.
Now is the...
Sure. Dang it.
You haven't earned my pity.
That should do.
I...
Yeah, Hilda's not going to be very useful moving forward. Ooh, idea. Let's get Leone closer. She might not be able to do much to the Death Knight. Honestly, I don't expect us to be able to take him out.
Allow me to demonstrate! Another victory.
Why did I use the Creator's Sword? Because I can. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to stop him. Alright, took some damage. But not an insurmountable amount.
Too close! Get out of here!
Nice.
No chance.
You actually missed the dare. How dare you? Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to stop him. Nope, no stopping him. Alright then, let's see if anything interesting happens if I just keep fighting.
We're all desperate, aren't we?
We have covered. Don't underestimate us. Let's put it to the...
Nice.
I won, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Still in it. That's another one.
Good work. Well, while we're here, Shamir might not be able to reach it, but who needs Shamir when you've got enough archery skill to use it? Alright, let's see what happens.
The time of ruin draws near, but their slaughter must wait until next we meet.
Report! The Death Knight has escaped the fortress!
He gave up too easily. Does he have some other plan? Let's deal with the remaining enemies and go after him quickly.
Okay. That makes more sense. Should have had you equip a bow. Then again, you would have just attacked in melee range if I had done that. Alright then. That changes things. Step 1, keeping the dare alive, as per usual. You've got good healing, so you can keep Nadir alive.
Now's our chance.
Alright, let's get their attention. Shamir! I was hoping for a kill, but that'll have to do.
Leave it to me.
Ooh, we got some of their attention. Excellent. So it looks like the point was to let the Death Knight get away. Might have been, anyway. No matter. Let us not hold back.
Piece of cake.
When are you gonna max out that class? Okay, so we still got reinforcements going through that direction. Alright, anyone attacks me, they die. That's how this will work. Ow. Like I said,
it won't be
anyone attacks me, they die. Oh, someone you think you can hurt. How sweet. Now die. Good thing we hold the ballistas right now. That should be fine. Make sure Felix stays alive. I'll send a net to back him up.
Oh, nice.
No hesitation! This could turn the tide.
I was hoping that would make a difference. What kind of gambit do you have? Okay. Oh, that poison tactic. I know now.
I'll back you up. Let's give this a try.
Alright, that should give Leonie enough opportunity to shred this guy down. Take this guy out.
Me too. I've got another option.
Nice. Take him out.
You lost that one.
Given the circumstances.
Sorry, but I must.
Good form.
We know how to deal with armored foes. We need to make sure that everybody else is being dealt with. That's starting to hurt. And out of range. Jeez. You're insane.
I'm in.
Oh, I got it.
There we go. Force an opening. And then, head this way and be ready to back Felix up. Alright, so you're out of magic. But your sword is still sharp.
It was meant to be.
Just need to make sure you stay alive. Yeah, sure, why not? Wow, so dang close. Just in case. One last use of physic. Hold on to it.
No time to slow down.
Oh yeah. You were the one who used the gambit, so I guess you're getting targeted. Rude. You do not like us. Oh, now it goes down. Can we do this safely? Yes, we can.
I will not die yet.
Alright. It's another bunch of reinforcements cut off. Now, just need to secure this direction. Alright, no more reinforcements. Now we just gotta deal with the ones that are left.
That
Nice.
was amazing.
Now let's have a little fun.
Guess I have no choice.
Bam.
It was the least I could do.
Your timing's spot on.
Very nice.
Yeah, that should be fine if we just bait out one of them.
Sorry.
Well done.
Alrighty.
I have an idea.
Ooh, not good. Not good at all. Luckily, we've got Nadir, who's just gonna straight up kill the mage again. You are a monster. Well, someone's gonna take the experience, may as well be you. Alright, not too many left.
One to remember.
Take him out. Or get pretty close, apparently.
I must keep going.
Ooh, Brave Axe. Oh hell. Should have used the Brave Axe. I have a feeling Linhardt's gonna die if I don't do something. Unfortunately, I don't have Dorothea out here, so Meteor's out of the question. Well, let's see what happens. Really? 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 Okay then.
It is coming. Leave now, or all of you will die.
Whew.
Run! We have to evacuate immediately!
What are those anyway? How technologically advanced did those who slither in the dark end up getting?
What just happened here? The fort. It's just gone.
Because if they have that kind of firepower, what's stopping them from just... Well, what's stopping them from just bombarding Garreg Mach? Honestly, that's what I'm having trouble actually, that might be a problem with the story, because you have... It seems like they don't properly account for the sheer power that everyone has, because you have Violet, who can turn back the hands of time, and then apparently those who slither in the dark can nuke people. Why would you not nuke people?
What was that? It was like a javelin of light fell from the sky.
Javelin of light. Well, that describes it pretty well. The fortress was supposedly impregnable, but look at it now. It's hard to imagine that the Empire would do something like that. But if not them, then who? And for what purpose? If they wanted to kill us, then why wait until now to use it?
Do we really have time to be worrying about that? If another one of those javelins of light falls, we're all dead.
Claude, there are things I wish to ask you, but first we must hurry and withdraw.
Right you are. Come on, everyone. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Where's Judith? Oh well, I suppose I'll have my answer soon.
Claude, it is time for you to explain. Why are you so close with an Almyran general?
Well, he did quite a bit for me when I was younger.
When you were younger? So, before you joined House Regan? How and where did you meet him? There aren't many opportunities to meet a general from Almyra in Fodlan.
If that's what you believe, it's only because that's what you've been led to believe. After all, we have Cyril here among our allies, and he was born in Almyra.
Hey now, don't drag me into this.
There's a big, wide world outside of Fodlan, and it's overflowing with different places and cultures. You think interacting with outsiders is odd, but isn't avoiding contact with the outside world far more unnatural?
Don't change the subject, Claude. To the people of the Alliance, the Almyrans are...
It's true that there's a history of hostility, but why should that mean we're doomed to remain hostile forever? The Almyrans aren't monsters. Just look at Cyril. Does he look like a monster to you?
He'll turn into a monster if you keep dragging him into this.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Right, Teach? What did you think when you met Nadir?
He's a reliable general.
I'll tell him you said that. And I'm sure that if all of you got to know him, all of your preconceived notions would change too. I know you guys, and you aren't the type of people to reject someone without trying to get to know them.
But how did those Almyrans even get past Fodlan's throat?
Because you let them in.
I doubt my brother would just let them pass without saying anything.
Yeah, about that. I actually made sure your brother met Nadir in advance.
What? Lord Holst met with an Almyran general?
Oh, so that's why you were so interested in my brother. But wait, they're supposed to be bitter enemies. They've fought each other several times before.
I know, it was a big gamble. But rather than having me try to convince them myself, I knew it would be easier to just have them meet. They were taken aback at first, but sure enough, they hit it off. They were even drinking to their newfound brotherhood before parting.
It makes sense. If you take the greatest heroes away from the battlefield, of course they'll get along.
Fighting one minute and drinking together the next? Men are so weird.
No, we're not weird, we're simple. We're very simple, in fact. I'm trying to think of a way to expound upon that, but you know what? I think the statement alone says it all. We're very simple. If we're not fighting, I mean, what else is there to do but drink, right?
Ultimately, someone's bloodline has nothing to do with the friendships they forge. Relations between the Alliance and Almyra is a matter we'll tackle in the future. Still, I want to take this opportunity to make one thing clear to all of you. After we defeat the Empire, I intend to tear down the walls that separate Fodlan from the outside world. I want to let people and goods come and go freely, and in doing so, eradicate prejudices about the outside world.
Huh?
Would it even be possible to achieve such a thing? It directly contradicts the Seros tenets.
Does it? I'm not so sure. In any case, I'm prepared for the inevitable protests and criticism. New ways of doing things are always met with resistance. During our time at the Officers Academy, all of you overcame the barriers of birthplace, status, and ideology. Having gone through so much with all of you, I have no doubt that, in time, you'll understand.
I guess there were a lot of different people there. People we wouldn't have met through the normal course of our lives.
Duscur once opposed the kingdom, but there was someone from Duscur there. Brigid once invaded the Empire, but the Brigid princess was there. We ate at the same table as those people. Sure, sometimes we didn't get along, but other times we helped each other out. Can we really draw a definitive line in the sand and say one group of people is all good and another all bad? If I can realize my dream, Fodlan will be reborn. The old age will end, and we'll welcome a new dawn.
But if...
Save your objections for another day, Gloucester boy. That said, there are more pressing matters to discuss. Our next step is to invade the Imperial capital, right?
That's right. I'm sure Edelgard is eagerly awaiting our arrival in Enbar. Reinforcements from the Alliance Lords should arrive soon. Let's make sure we're ready to greet them.
So that was the secret part of the plan, huh? Bring Elmira in to help us out. Make a statement with it. Fair enough.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Garland Moon. The Chaos of War. Claude's plan to call in all Myran forces succeeds, and the Alliance army captures Fort Merceus. Before they can celebrate their victory, javelins of light rain down from the sky and destroy the fort. Forced to temporarily evacuate, the Alliance army regroups at Garreg Mach until it is ready to march on Enbar, the Imperial capital.
Alrighty then.
It's almost time to invade the Imperial capital. We still don't know where Rhea is, but if she's alive, she's likely in Enbar. Hopefully we manage to find her without too much trouble.
I wonder if she's alive.
If the Empire has some reason to keep Rhea alive, then she's alive. I'm sure you must be anxious to see her again.
I need to see her again.
I understand. You need to see Rhea again so you can figure out who you really are. But we're going up against Edelgard here. It won't be so simple.
Our next stop is the Imperial capital. We've sure come a long way.
What are you talking about? This is Garreg Mach. It's where we started.
I didn't mean literally, Raphael. I was speaking symbolically.
You are a simpleton.
My earnest desire to protect the Alliance has carried me this far. It will not fail me. I am sure the rest of you all have your own reasons to fight as well. Of course, I understand that the fight will not end until we defeat the Empire. And now the time has arrived at long last to march on the Imperial capital and defeat the Emperor.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? We all come from different places and have different goals and dreams. But thanks to those two, we were all able to come together and overcome all sorts of challenges.
You are referring to Claude and the Professor, I assume. Even within our own odd group, those two are particularly unusual.
Oh, so you are aware that you're odd.
Well, it was simply a figure of speech. I am speaking about Claude and the Professor right now.
They're like the wind and the trees.
Huh? Claude and the Professor are? What does that even mean? And who is which?
Oh, I was just thinking that if we're the birds, then those two are like the trees and the wind. The Professor is a great tree that kindly embraces us and watches over us as we perch on its branches. And Claude is like the wind, pushing us forward as we soar across the open sky.
The metaphor about the Professor is solid, but I think Claude just blows us around on a whim.
You sure about
Still,
that?
we owe him a lot.
I think that's beautiful, Marianne. I can really picture it. When this war is over, I'd love to paint a picture of those two. Oh, and of all the people we've fought with as well.
You mean like a historical painting? I like that. Maybe our descendants will look at it a long, long time from now.
I must say, that piques my interest. I look forward to seeing how you portray my valiant efforts.
Oh boy.
When you put it that way, we may be witnessing one of the greatest events in Fodlan's history. It's a lot of pressure, but the sense of duty I feel is even stronger than the fear.
I'm just happy to be here with all you. I won't get scared, no matter what we face.
We have our goal. Enbar, the Imperial capital. Let's get to work.
Wait, you're including yourself in that? Now I don't believe you. I'm gonna be lazy.
Thank you so much.
I think I'm over leveled enough as it is. Alright, so before I go, we'll go ahead and... Actually, technically I've got all the things I need to talk about. You know what? I've been going for a while, though. Okay, a little bit longer. I don't know, do I have time for this? I guess I do.
Here's an idea. Cornelia took control of the kingdom capital, and then founded the Fargus dukedom in the Old Kingdom territory. Still, Fargus has remained a mere spectator with regard to our actions so far. It's not so surprising when you consider that they can't even get a handle on the Fraldarius territories.
So Fraldarius is still fighting. Interesting.
I need to be speaking. 5 years ago, Edelgard said a thing to me. Bridget is a vassal of the Empire, but she also said I always have the freedom to be choosing whether I am with or not with her. I will become the ruler of Bridget. So she said I must make my own path. So now, my path and her path will be colliding.
The Death Knight is no ordinary knight. I will prey upon him. I will quench my blade's thirst with his blood. His focus is on fighting you, I'm sure. But mine will be the last face he sees.
I guess I'll have to bring you into this. I gotta worry about this later.
Please.
Honestly, I could probably skip pretty far ahead if I cared enough. Alright, what supports do I still need to build up? Let's see. I love these to build up with a decent number of people. Yeah, let's do it this way. Why not? Let's see what they have to say.
Ah, it feels good to sing nice and loud. Fill my chest up with sound.
You look like a cat that's been sprayed with water. What? You don't think I should sing the high notes?
That's amusing.
I was taught from a young age to believe that the Creed of Seiros was just the way of the world. To question it never even occurred to me. But Claude and Edelgard are different. They challenge the common wisdom, even defy it. It is uncomfortable to discard familiar assumptions, but that is an essential quality of the visionary. Indeed, true greatness must lie beyond common sense. That's good. I should write that down.
Hey!
The whole of the capital is going to be a battleground. The city has such a long... But we can't let the common fall.
There are all kinds of rumors about you spreading through the Alliance. Some say you're the new embodiment of Saint Seiros herself. Claude's popularity has certainly risen too. Somewhat.
Somewhat? He is the master schemer, but come on, give him more credit.
Did you know? A magnificent... It's said to have been ever since, and now this...
Oh, 2 people up here, huh? Who's up? Hilda.
Whenever I think about how we'll be seeing Lady Rhea real soon, I get happy and really get cleaning. We'll get there for sure, right? We'll see her again?
We'll meet her for sure.
I just gotta believe Lady...
Well, I know, anyway.
Fighting in the capital? And we're fighting against Edelgard. Double,
Really?
But with you leading us, Professor, I know we'll win. Yeah! Woohoo! Fighting! I'm a little scared, to be honest. I'm just shouting to relieve the tension.
I was
But I'll
about to
be
say.
fine.
I was about to friggin' say. So who's over in this direction?
We're finally going to the capital. This will be my chance to avenge Captain Gerald. Once we smash the Empire, I'm sure his soul will finally be able to rest in peace.
I think you're right.
Monica killed Captain Gerald for the Flame Emperor, and the Flame Emperor was Edelgard. I know that the future of all Fodlan rests on this battle. Nothing else is more important. But for me, this is personal. For Captain Gerald's sake, I'm going to give it all I've got and more.
No pressure then.
Rhea will be somewhere in the city. I wonder if she can sense us coming. If we are able to save her, then I expect you will learn many secrets that have hitherto been kept from you. Are you prepared for that?
I don't think I'm ready yet.
That is unfortunate. The battle will soon be upon us.
Guess I should have seen that. I'm trying to remember, what supports do I still need to go for? Not a support with Sedef yet? That's a surprise. No matter. Ooh, I know a way that I can build support with Byleth. Just work with the people.
Boss, I've a now.
Just over this way.
Right. It's very likely that if so, a street battle. I was born in Enbar. My mother and father, I do not understand. I was born, I do not understand.
Professor, I love the Empire, but I know that is what we need now. Nonetheless, it's...
Alright, let's start from here.
So, Enbar, the capital of the Empire. It's finally time. I never thought I'd live this long. It's like any battle, really. Stay calm, stay focused. Striking down the Empire. I left the kingdom.
10 years ago, Dagda, their final target, but they were I guess ours. Looks like I'm sure Lady Rhea is on tenterhooks waiting for me to swoop in and rescue her. Lady Rhea's not...
Here's an idea. The Empire's armies, if they don't assert their authority, ironically...
Right, Enbar. Of course, in the kingdom, what will happen to...
Pardon me. Professor. We're about to put the finishing touches. I wonder how on the other hand.
Invading the capital and care to share your thoughts, Professor?
Think it'll end the war?
You say that with such confidence, although for now...
Anything interesting? Where's Claude, anyway?
Those things appeared as soon as we got ourselves set up in Fort Merceus. Think what might have happened if they'd have hit us during the battle at Gronder Field. Assuming it was the work of the Imperial Army.
What is there? Why haven't they used them more? Oh well.
Have you considered... They used to call Enbar the city of Seros. If Seros were in Enbar 100 years ago, until...
If only you knew.
Professor! I don't have... If you happen to see... She's only a civil... Well, if we can win this war, then Claude will be the king of Fodlan. And
Maybe he'll tear down the wall that separates Fodlan from the outside world.
Perhaps he will.
I know it's hard to imagine, but I really hope he does. It would be so much better if people could live together instead of apart. I might even be able to live an ordinary life in the world Claude envisions.
Right.
That Nardell guy, or Nader, I suppose. It was all some trick, and we fell for it. I don't think the nickname The Undefeated applies if he flees from us. Though, maybe he only got that name by running away. Can't be defeated if you run off, right?
In the opera, actors can't... I'll bet they've probably...
Alright, we'll check back on that later.
Huh?
I didn't know it happened
Right.
Actually, why didn't the lights come down when Dimitri assaulted the place? Is it because we had taken out Arundel?
It's been so long since I've been to the Imperial Capital. I used to go to the opera there with my mother. I never thought...
Professor! Yeah, reinforcements from the Alliance are still incoming. Perhaps we can wait, at least until we have an even balance of power. Plenty of supplies have made it through from the Eastern Church and the Merchants Association and the Alliance. All the people of the Alliance believe we can win, so they're doing everything they can to support us. That means we have to do our best to live up to their expectations.
We'll do what we can.
Oh my. With the Empire destroyed, with that, the rules of trade...
Oh boy.
I see. My friend, the reinforcements the Lord sent are finally gathering. Truth be told, Fort Merceus would have made for a better base of operation. But that weird pillar of light changes things. It's pretty scary, honestly. I wonder what it is.
Some kind of magic.
Makes sense. But whatever it was, I've never seen destructive power quite like it. I wonder where it came from. Well, I guess pondering it is a waste of energy for now. Let's just get ready to move out. The capital is Edelgard's domain, so she has the advantage. It's going to be a tough battle.
Indeed.
Oh, of course the Alliance is making sure that the 5 Great Lords help with the effort, but we'll be getting support from the smaller territories too. I'll bet this is the first time those territories have worked so closely together, at least since the founding of the Alliance.
Once this battle is over, what will become of Fargus and Fodlan?
What would you like to see happen?
My hope. I believe those who survive, so the sooner we must win.
That's right. It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father.
Sounds like you're scared.
You bet I'm scared. The Imperial Army hasn't lost a single battle with my father on the field. If he turns up as a reinforcement during the assault, we might lose. I'd better make my peace with that.
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Momentum's really picking up for this final battle, huh? Even I'm starting to feel tense. Me! Enbar's history goes back 1,400 years. That even predates the founding of the Empire. It's one of the sacred sites of the Seros faith, so it's a pretty big deal. But hey, no need to worry about the monastery while you're fighting the final battle. I've got it covered. I'll defend it to my last.
Well, I'll be. Just a few months ago, I thought you've shown me miracles.
Professor!
Here we are, facing the final battle with the Empire. It's been a long, difficult struggle. We have to get Lady Rhea back. And we have to crush the Empire in the name of Captain Geralt. I don't know what comes next, but we can sort out those details later.
We're heading up to Embar next. I hope I make it back safe so I can tell my little sis about it. I hear they got a neat opera house there, where Manuela used to perform. What was it called again?
Let's see. I think it was Middle Frank.
Ha! That's the one. My little sis always goes on about how much she'd like to see him perform. I know we can't see a show, but do you think we could at least see the building?
I guess we'll find out. So, I believe that's everything, so just need to see the support conversations and then onward and upward. Oh boy.
Oh, do you have an itch back there? I guess you can't scratch it on your own, can you?
Hi, Marianne.
Oh, Claude. It's just you.
Sorry, I know you're in the middle of an important discussion with Dorte, but could I talk to you?
About what?
It's about this thing you think you're burdened with. I've tried to guess what it is.
Please don't. This is making me a little uncomfortable.
There's no reason to feel uncomfortable. It's not like I plan on saying it aloud. But if my guess is correct, there's something I want to tell you. Will you hear me out?
Fine. I will listen.
Once upon a time, in a faraway place.
Uh-oh.
What the... Are you telling me a story?
Just listen. Once upon a time, in a faraway place, there was a young boy. This boy came from a despised lineage. In short, his mother was a daughter of the enemy. So the young boy was treated horribly by everyone around him. He hadn't done anything wrong. Everyone hated him simply for existing. Yelling, fighting back, explaining himself. Nothing he did could change his situation. When he was finally old enough, he ran far away from home. He escaped.
It sounds to me like he had no choice. I would have done the same had it been me.
Thing is, after he ran away, he still found himself in the very same position. People in the outside world hated him for where he came from.
Well, now that's...
The boy thought he had no place to go. All he could do was destroy the boundary between the inside and the outside worlds.
Destroy the boundaries?
Right. If there was no outside and inside, just one side to share, then the people outside wouldn't have a reason to hate him anymore, right? It wouldn't be easy, but if he managed it, he could shrug off that burden. The point is, people are born with burdens to carry. That much is undeniable. But whether they bind us or we cast them aside, that's up to us. So I think you should try to cast yours aside, Marianne. Put that heavy burden down. It's time.
But I don't know if I can do it.
It's okay. I'm here for you. We're the same, and I can help you.
The same? Claude, we have nothing in common.
Hey, did you see that, Dorte? Your friend just smiled at me.
Thank you for sharing your story. I suppose I could try casting aside burden, as you say. We can try together.
Let's do that. And when we're free, we can change the whole world.
Alrighty then. Seen this one already. As amusing as it is, there are other things I'd like to do with my day.
Are you enjoying this lovely day, Dorte? Everyone seems to be in such good spirits.
Marianne, do you have a moment?
Oh, Ferdinand. What do you need?
I have been thinking about what you said.
I didn't mean to upset you. You should just ignore me and...
You misunderstand. It is not that you upset me. Honestly, you mystify me. You are a noble, and yet you do not wish to be one. Is that not so? I did not expect to hear that from the daughter of Margrave Edmund.
But I'm not actually his daughter. He's a distant relative. We share very little of the same blood.
But still, you come from a noble lineage, do you not?
Oh, no. I'm just a minor noble from the countryside.
Minor though it may be, you were born into a noble family, which means you are a noble too. We did not choose to become nobles. We were born into the nobility.
I understand, but that's why I said I don't care to be responsible. I had no say in the matter.
Marianne,
My parents and I have suffered because of this bloodline and crest. Even so, I am prepared to do what I must, as the daughter of a noble family. But to be told that's still not enough, I just...
I see. I will not pretend to understand, but you should try to calm down a bit. Certainly things did not turn out the way you had hoped, but the conditions are such that...
The conditions? Those will never change. There's nothing to do but give up. Please just leave. Ignore me.
There will be no convincing you. Very well. I will go.
Oh, Goddess. Why did you curse me with such suffering?
Oh boy. I'll have to crack that eventually, but for now... So, plenty to worry about for too long. My gosh, there's so much I'll need to see to. So, I guess, depending on how much time I've got tomorrow, we'll see what can be done. Alright, I just hope that the stream turned out okay. Honestly, it hasn't shown me any sort of warning as to whether it's actually going or not, so I'm pretty sure the local recording will be fine. It's just the rest of it I don't know about. For now, though, thank you all for watching. See you next time.